And one of the reasons he may be coming back, Chris, is the red flag being displayed over practice. Problems for Darrell Wallace Jr. And there's some good damage on the right rear of that car.
Yeah, less than 5 minutes into this practice, you can see Michael, he just got up the racetrack right there.
Well, I think that the problem occurred before that slip and slide. Loose in is what that looks like to me. Corrected it, overcorrected it a bit, and hit the outside wall, and that has all the looks of a backup car. Remember how the season started for Bubba Wallace? A couple of minutes into the first practice session of the year, he crashed at Daytona, and you can see he's a little bit upset about what has happened here.
Cut for a couple of years, lost his ride for 2016, but already had a deal in place to run 9. Oh, Jeb Burton hard into the wall.
Miles the Monster is taking his toll on his Xfinity Series this morning.
Okay, bud.
I told you she bites.
But I think Michael said it. You're running around. You're running around here so fast. It's just there's no margin of error.
This was a late exit issue for the 43 car. You can see right there, just up out of the groove, and it snaps around.
He was definitely above that black area, which you get up in there, it's almost probably like being on ice almost.
He had run the 14th fastest time in this session. That was the lap before last, so he was just trying to pick up some more speed. He's one of the 8 guys, Larry, you talked about that are making their first Dover start, and it's a start he won't soon forget.
Well, Jeb Burton just helped push his primary car back. They are definitely going to a backup. What exactly happened, Jeb?
I just got really loose. This place can step out and bite you. I didn't really listen to my butt was telling me to come in, and I was going to run one more lap, and just got to learn from it. We'll go pull the backup out and go to work.
First time here in an Xfinity car, but he has been here in trucks and Cup, but a little bit different feel.
He said his butt was telling him to come in, but he was going to run one more lap. Just over 30 minutes to go in opening practice for the NASCAR Xfinity Series. It's Fast Friday, presented by K&N on FS1. And I'm not sure what's going on, but a lot of drivers having problems now. Cup veteran Paul Menard's gotten into the wall.
Yeah, well, a couple of wrecks we've seen so far, traction has broke. You know, the tires just gave up grip, and that's why they wrecked. But this is a failure of some sort. Maybe a suspension part in the right front, possibly a flat tire. Obviously, the tire wear has been good. The Goodyear tires are perfect here. So something went wrong in the front end of that car.
You can see it never turned right there. But 30 minutes into this practice, 3 backup cars already. So interesting things going on here.
And that just sucked him right up into the wall.
Whoa, look at this.
Like that. Oh, gosh.
Hold the brake.
There's obviously oil down. Going to take out her teammate Tony Stewart as well.
Unbelievable. 2 teammates. Tony's car is pretty hurt.
And the last thing Tony Stewart wanted was an impact.
Yeah, and then of course we call this a self-cleaning track, and you can see why, because the banking, there's 9 degrees of banking, even on these little straightaways, that just shoots you right down the track in the wall.
What I don't understand, DW, is why is the one, oh, look at the damage on the right side of the one car.
I believe from the fire I saw come out from under Danica's car.
He's made heavy contact with the outside wall.
I think you can see all this oil right here that's on the track. That came out of Danica's car, so either the engine let go or an oil line or something was off the car. Coming out from under the car. See if we can get back up here and see where it starts.
Here comes Danica.
Off turn 4. You see it start smoking.
And look at the one car gets into the oil, and then he hits the wall extremely hard.
Yeah.
Then Tony's in the oil as well, and he goes spinning into the inside wall. That was a big impact by the one car.
And he's just trying to get Jamie Murray's trying to get his car wound up so he doesn't get into Tony down there on the inside of the track.
And a long slide down to the wall for Tony. Something blew up in a big way right there.
On there about Tony, and you know, the only thing that he's fearful of is making contact with a wall like this. You don't really know how strong his back truly is until he goes through something like this, but we don't want to, and I know he doesn't want to see himself go into an incident.
He said on the radio, he said it hurt. Now he did hit the wall coming off 4.
About
behind
halfway,
Danica.
Yeah, about halfway down here. You saw him get into the oil.
And then again, no, that was the second hit, Darrell. He hit it just at the exit of 4. One of those front stretch. Now there's Danica bouncing off the wall. There's the second car after Danica.
Back here.
Yeah, there he is.
Here he comes.
And here's the first hit.
And he gets...
Bam. That's a solid
But
hit.
look at
boy,
McMurray
the
right
one
behind
was
him, even
carrying
harder. Yeah.
even more speed.
Now Tony's trying to get it. He's in the oil. He can't do anything here. He hits it again.
The one car comes to a stop. Luckily, the one didn't make another impact, but unfortunately, Tony did.
That's hard.
So that's 3 impacts for Tony against the safer barrier. And
just a really strange incident. You just don't see that very often.
You have to find out from the guys working on the car what happened there.
Well, we saw the replay and saw the damage of the car, but Danica, what was the experience you were feeling as that car went sideways on you?
I mean, I got back to the throttle and it was like a muffled, really muffled, like it blew an engine, and then it just got sideways and hit the wall. And as you can see, there's lots of flames too, so obviously some kind of oil or something like that in there that created that. So really feel bad because Jamie's elbow hurt pretty bad, and I don't know if Tony's feeling perfect, but definitely unfortunate. Not something we commonly see. Not a lot of things like that happen, I feel like, these days. Usually it's more driver error or something like that, so we'll figure it out. I don't know if it was human error or just bad luck, but definitely unfortunate for the first couple laps of practice, and especially the fact that rain's coming. So, but hopefully everybody feels okay.
The outside lane, so it's Byron on the outside and the 71 of Brandon Jones on the inside. We are racing at Dover.
Looked like Byron really tried to jump on the gas, Phil, to get the advantage on the start, but spun his tires a bit and it allowed Jones to stay even with him. Good run off turn 2 by Byron.
Guys, I hate to say this, but we've had a caution in the first 20 laps every single time we've ever run Dover. Their average is lap 7.
And you got to figure that could be the case here as well. With this green track after that rain shower, these trucks are going to be a handful.
We've averaged at least 5 per race. And oh, here we go. We're going to get
yellow. He's going to come back up. Good job. Yellow's out.
That's the 20, the 22 of Austin Wayne Self. So before the caution clock can come into play, we've got
Jones.
Self spinning and Brandon Jones getting into the wall.
Brandon Jones had
what happened there, Rick? 20 got booted by the...
Well, Brandon Jones was running second at the time.
Yeah, he had to let off for the caution, you think, Phil, and maybe somebody didn't.
Somebody didn't realize it and got into the back of him.
71 of Brandon Jones. See if we can get a look at it.
You see Brandon's right behind the 22.
Oh, he gets clipped. Oh, no, he just tries to make an evasive action. You talked about those self-cleaning banks. He was actually a part of that crash when the 22 got sideways.
It looked like he was trying to avoid the 22 and just couldn't corral it in.
Just unfortunate being in the wrong place at the wrong time for Brandon Jones. Take another look at it.
He tries to look at that. Just right at the last second, he thought the 22 truck of Self was going to come up the hill. He made an evasive move to the right and just spun him around on the back straightaway. This place is so tough, and that's a perfect example of the banks that you talked about, Phil, and how...
Yeah, a flat straightaway, and Brandon Jones is not involved in this accident at all. He may spin, but he can spin down the racetrack without any contact.
On board with Brandon Jones.
88, about 10 back. So watch that right in front of you there. Keep digging. You're all clear. Hold on to it, 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 hold on to it.
Hard contact on the inside wall.
Fast all the way around this racetrack.
Spinning here, got one spinning up top against the wire.
That was a heck of a save. I'm so impressed with Brandon Brown. He had a flat tire.
Scott Tift finished 14th last week with Scott Zipadelli.
Oh, we got a spin, a crash in turn 4.
Yellow's out, yellow's out.
The
Rico
98.
Abreu.
Rico Abreu in the 98. The 41 is Ben Rhodes.
Absolutely screwed up too.
Or a couple trucks out of the Thor Sports stable.
That has all the look of, Phil, of what I've been talking about all day long. How the truck on the bottom gets loose. We'll see if that's the case, but that certainly is the result of a truck on the bottom getting loose. A couple of teammates restarting 6th and 7th, and those trucks are toast.
Wow, look at all the damage to Ben Rhodes' Carolina Nut truck.
Wow. Crashed. And then here's the 98 of Rico Abreu. Damage on his truck as well.
Again, the 41 of Ben Rhodes. Well, I wonder if they got together, because Ben was already up high into the outside wall.
I feel like they did, Phil, but we got to watch. These replays are so valuable. The FS1 cameramen and women, they just do a great job of getting us these pictures.
And a tough break for Rico Abreu. Had contact last week at Kansas, early stages of the race. Watch it here from Ryan Truex's truck.
That looked like Ben Rhodes maybe was the truck on the inside. Got loose and got into Rico.
And you remember he was involved in that controversial crash late at Kansas, last lap at Kansas, and this time he's down on the bottom of the racetrack and he gets loose and wrecks his team. Something's going on.
Leaders got it. Leaders the 88 lap.
The 0-5 of John West Townley has gotten into the wall.
That's a
just
tough
before
break.
the caution clock expires.
They had just come to pit road. He only pitted 7 laps ago.
Yeah, and all he needed to do, he was ahead of our leader, Matt Crafton. He was going to get a lap back when the caution flew. He just needed to ride to the caution. Don't know what caused this wreck by Townley.
30 seconds away from that caution clock coming out.
Look at our leader, Crafton. This should be Townley just ahead of him. Yeah.
Ooh.
And then it just snaps back the wrong direction.
Hard for Townley.
What a break for Timothy Peters. That's him right in front of John West Townley. So he more than likely will remain on the lead lap by virtue of this caution flag. Look at that safer barrier there. Thank you so much for them.
Yeah, no kidding. You and I both challenged these monsters walls when that safer barrier wasn't there.
Yeah, that beat us most of the time.
It's
too.
undefeated.
Totally.
100%.
Totally.
In this first round of qualifying, while you guys were visiting, Ryan Sieg moved up to 4th in the 39. Ross Chastain is 8th, and problems now for the 15 of Travis Kvapil with just under 8 minutes to go. The caution is out.
Yeah, Larry.
More from Dover after a break on FS1.
Catch some breaks and get a win one day.
Oh, we got a crash.
Big crash, front straightaway. That's Justin Marks. First time this season we've seen a caution in one of our heats.
He was running the 6th spot.
Wow, you could hear the thud from up here. Gosh.
All right, Temple, just take your time here.
You could hear he was out of breath after that huge crash on the front straightaway.
Reminder to everyone, you crash in your heat, you cannot go to a backup car.
It looked like he got a little high on the racetrack and it snapped on him here, Michael.
Oh, sideways. Watch it hit that inside wall so hard.
Looked a little bit like Jet Burton yesterday in practice.
Thank goodness we have safer barriers down there. You just can't appreciate how hard a hit that is.
And there's no safer barrier there after he tangles with that outside wall. That's hard.
He hit the inside wall a lot faster and at worse of an angle. You can see the car wasn't as tore up until it hit the outside wall without a safer barrier. That's how much of a difference the safer barrier makes, folks. That's a huge, huge difference. Thankfully, he hit the safer barrier on the driver's side, and he hit the hard wall more with the front end of the car.
Got a spin two. Going to get a caution. He's on the bottom.
And Jones didn't want to see that. 11 to go. Caution is out for Brendan Gaughan, who was running 11th.
Wow. We talked to Larry McReynolds about pit strategy. Who will pit? Who will stay out? I believe the leaders have to stay out this late in the going, but look, just loose is Brendan Gaughan. That tells you how much these guys are fighting these cars once the tires get some laps on them. Now you're going to have to stock them up and restart them on those older tires. This could get interesting.
Well, crew chief, it's all on your shoulders.
Yeah, it's days like this I'm glad I'm in the Hollywood Hotel.
Got us 400 laps here. Green flags in the air. Boogity, boogity, boogity. Let's go racing, boys.
Kevin Harvick with a monster jump. Remember the rules on the initial start of the race. The second place car cannot beat the control car, the pole car, to the start finish. Schedule. Oh, car came off the wall backstretch. Coming off turn number 2.
Caution's out, guys. Caution's out.
That will be Matt DiBenedetto, and he will bring out the caution at lap 119.
Wow, a lot of damage to that car.
To Matt DiBenedetto.
Oh, he's getting real
this
wide. Did
well,
he blow right front tire?
Yeah, it never turns, Jeff. That thing straight up the hill into the wall. That's definitely looks like a right front tire.
Luckily, he caught the safer barrier there.
Yep.
And then at that point, everything's damaged so badly. Guessing it's going to bring him down to the inside safer barrier.
Not sure who that was right behind him, but what a nice save.
Yeah, something definitely broke or failed on that car. There's no doubt about that.
I think it's a right front tire. They're pretty.
And that's what he said on the radio, Darrell. The right front tire let go. Brigham Smith has limped his Tommy Baldwin Chevy back to the garage after hitting the wall with the rear of the car at turn 4. Trevor Bayne will get the free pass on this, the third caution of the day.
We heard on the radio that he said something broke on the car. He's coming off turn 4 here, or just about ready to, and the car did just spin around with him. Not sure what the problem might be.
Something may have broke, but it definitely broke traction getting in there
for sure. It could have been a rear end problem.
Jamie.
Kurt Busch pits from 4th place. Right sides is the call.
Car in the wall, turn 3. Austin Dillon.
Austin Dillon up the hill and then the outside wall hard.
It broke way back in the front stretch. I don't know what it was.
You could just hear it laying down on the splitter.
I heard you saw rubber flying up off the thing.
I don't know if the right front tire went down or some component in the suspension broke there, but you could hear it down on the splitter before he ever got to the corner. There's no chance it was ever going to turn.
Caution at Dover. It looks like something blew up on Reed Sorensen's car. And caught in the melee were Jimmy Johnson and Kevin Harvick. Maybe no damage to either car, but they both had to spin as Sorensen had trouble there. Here's a look.
The 48 spins, probably gets in the oil right here. And then the Ford just had to come to a complete stop. See the 48 back here spins. Here's Harvick right behind him. 48 goes down and the Ford just stops to keep him hitting him.
Yeah, you could see the 48 was right in the tracks of that oil that came off of Reed Sorensen's car, and it just broke loose on him. The Ford, yeah, he just stood on the brakes to stay out of it.
Jimmy Johnson said the splitter went off into the grass. That's possibly the only damage he has. Let's ride with Harvick.
Watch that 48 car up here.
Stay low. He's spinning. He's up high, but he's going to come down, Kevin. Just watch him up there. Easy now. Easy.
Whoa.
The apron. Outside. Easy. Outside.
Unfortunately, because he came to that stop, I don't know if he stalled it, but he definitely lost a lot of positions because he stopped, even though he didn't have any damage.
He's coming down, back it down. He's going to come down the track. Stay low. Stay low. Go farther. Watch out. One out. Clear high. Clear.
Stay low. Okay, go high. It's going to be a good shot.
Well, Carl Edwards caught a little bit of that oil as well. You saw him wiggling, trying to stay out of it. 24 car is the one that really made some gains there.
But the 48 did get a little front end damage. I don't know if it hurt the nose or not, but he did make contact with that, whatever that black car was.
In that second position, excellent job. Uh-oh.
Whoa, Michael Annett pounds the wall.
That was a huge inside wall hit right there.
We are back under caution at lap 225.
Goodness gracious. So glad they got that safer barrier down on that inside wall now.
46, Michael Annett.
Coming off turn 4 here.
Yeah,
look like
contact.
Looked like McMurray might have got up the hill just enough to get in the side of the 46 car, and that sent him sailing. Bam, bam.
That is right about where Danica Patrick ended up in the wall after that crash very early in Friday practice.
Yeah, Mike, your car is really loose and light right there coming up out of the corner, and all it takes is just a little touch, and it'll send you sailing, send you around.
It looked like McMurray was so focused on trying to get ahead of the 44 of Brian Scott, and maybe thought he was going to tuck in right behind the 46, just misjudged it, got into his quarter panel and sent him around.
It doesn't fall into their laps. They reach out and grab it as it's falling.
Grasp it. Good point.
Right here, look what these teams are going to be dealing with.
I think Austin Dillon hit the wall between 1 and 2. He's slow into turn 3, trying to get down to pit road.
I think Keselowski may have clipped him.
Oh yeah, he's got damage to the right front. Big damage.
Wow.
Oh, wow. Knocked the whole right front corner off that 2 car.
Dillon will have to make another lap. He could not get to the pits. We stay green.
Well, I think the guy that better get in the pits now is that 2 car, because I don't know how much damage there is as far as rubbing on the tire, but he definitely knocked the hole in the right front cars up against the wall. And here comes Brad, and he just couldn't get out from behind him, and he clips him right there. Pretty good.
I mean, that's just how much momentum and how hard it is to react when something like that happens to the 3 car and he slows up that much.
Got a lot of tires getting past the 42, and we've got trouble on the track, guys.
Tony Stewart appears to have blown up. That's Chris Buescher spinning in the oil in turn 2. And we're under caution for the 10th time.
Here.
Oh, he thinks he broke a track bar mount.
He can see the back end moving around.
And our leader,
it's got to be the track bar.
our leader just missed Tony Stewart.
Mike, and this doesn't help Tony Stewart at all, because he needs all the points he can get to get into the top 30. That's one obstacle he has to overcome.
You can see it smoking. That's usually the rear end housing has moved around and
sliding around,
gone to the left and is rubbing the fender well, but doesn't.
I'm not sure about
it doesn't
that.
exactly make sense why the 34 spun out.
Not sure about that one.
Is it possible that maybe it could have broke some kind of a line in the rear end?
2 of the Stewart-Haas cars had problems in practice with rear ends. Danica Patrick's that caused that big wreck, and Kurt Busch's, but Greg was it Zippy who said they were going to change all of those center sections, get rid of the new parts in all their cars.
He's definitely laying down.
That's rear end grease.
Yeah, he's definitely laying down fluids.
I see that that's rear end grease, and the car smoked all the way into the garage. That would not be a track bar. That's a gear.
Bar. Oh, look at Martin Truex Jr., our leader, slide through the oil here. Oh, what an amazing job he did of keeping that car out of the wall and going straight.
Oh, my gosh.
Green flag.
Whoa!
No, Johnson's out of it.
Big wreck.
Can't go.
Big wreck going to happen here on the front straight.
No, man. You are kidding me?
Look at who came out front, though. On the back straightaway, Matt Kenseth and Larson.
And Kyle Larson.
Gosh.
There are just no words to describe what just happened.
The 48 couldn't go, and he just backed everybody up.
He spun the tires. It looked to me like either something broke or he didn't get it into 3rd gear.
It just, he never took off.
Well, yeah, he couldn't go, and everybody behind him couldn't stop.
No.
Man.
Jimmy Johnson just told Chad Canales it was locked in gear. The car would not go. Something either in the drive line or transmission. He said something definitely amiss. It just simply would not go.
It's a nice jump here.
Yeah, he starts to go, but it looks like when he shifts.
That's where he shifted third.
And it just didn't, something happened.
And then here comes trouble.
It's on from there.
Look who this takes out. The 78, the 4, 47. All these cars piling in there. Nowhere to go. Ricky Stenhouse Jr.
Bam, right into the 24.
Kyle Busch.
Going to be easier to tell you who's not involved.
Goodness gracious.
The 2, the 11.
Let's ride with Kevin Harvick.
Green flag, green flag. All rolling. Second out, second. Go low. Hold your line, hold your line.
And then he gets pile driven from behind.
He almost got through it. You could hear him kind of throttling through it, and then somebody got into the back of him.
All right, let's ride with Ricky Stenhouse.
Hit the 1 brake.
Next, Dale Earnhardt Jr.
That's a big impact right there. You could hear it and see it.
Man, that was hard.
Very hard impact.
Holy smoly. It just looks like when he went to 3rd gear, Jeff, that it either broke the gear or that never went. I don't know what happened.
It wouldn't come out of second. It was stuck in second.
Shift.
I don't know what would cause it to do that.
And then back where Allmendinger and Newman were, everybody was coming full throttle.
Oh, yeah, you're winding it up in third gear. You're getting up. You got a lot of speed at that point.
From pit road, from the handheld cameras. Well, Martin Truex electing to restart on the outside was just a bad draw.
Yeah, I don't think the way that turned out, I'm not sure that it would have made a whole lot of difference.
Well, had he been on the inside, he would have missed it.
Might have made it by on the inside, I believe.
May have.
But that's nothing you can plan for.
I mean, it stopped like something broke. You know, like usually if you miss a gear, you just grab one and you going again. Well, he stopped and never had any power, it looked like. That's what it looked like on TV. It's like he shut the ignition off. It was that bad. Unbelievable, man.
When did you realize something's wrong here?
As soon as I went from second and tried to go to third, kind of got up into the neutral gate of the transmission and didn't even go to third. It stopped before it ever went to third. And then I tried fourth and third and fourth, and then eventually I got hit from behind. There was a long pause there where I was trying to, I thought maybe I missed a shift, but it wouldn't go in gear. And Martin was good and patient with me, gave me a couple opportunities to try to find a gear, and it's locked out and won't go into gear for some reason. So I was still that way at the end, and I couldn't drive the car in. I don't think I'm all that damaged, but unfortunately, you know, I lost a shot at winning, and I hate to see all those cars tore up.
Had you had any issues earlier in the race?
No, nothing. And in my career, I've never had a transmission do that to me. I've had them kind of lock out of reverse at a test session or even in the garage area or something, but to lock out and not go across the gate and then no gear available is something I've never had before.
Thanks, Jimmy. Dale Earnhardt Jr. has been checked and released, and we saw Jr. on your in-car camera. You shook your hand a little bit. Are you all right?
Yeah, I'm fine.
What did you see happen?
I didn't. They were just stopping in front of us, and I thought all of it cleared on the outside, but the 13 got hooked and came up into us.
All right, thanks, Junior. Glad you're all right.
I just want to get out and punch somebody, like seriously, like hard, like as hard as I can.
I think it turned around last week for him, Jeff. He finally got his first top 5 of the year. Looking good today. Oh, Carl didn't get going too good there, and I'm sure Matt didn't mind that.
Kenseth got a good jump.
Look at Kurt Busch battling out there on the outside of the 19. Whoa! Wrecked down the back straight with the 19.
Kidding me? Big wreck behind you. Caution south. Caution south.
Well, we knew that it might be a little wild and crazy here at the end.
Yeah, that would hurt. Damn, man. Give me a break. Who was that?
That was Kyle Larson.
What an idiot. As long as you're all right.
I thought that the 19 maybe got a little loose as he got to him, but obviously Carl feels different about it.
I think I might agree with Carl.
You can be assured one thing right now with the day that Kyle Larson's been having, he's not going to check up.
No, not.
There's Larson on the right coming up behind Edwards.
Yeah, he got
right
a little loose.
Yeah. You know what? I think you're right. I think Carl got a little loose.
He was under the 41. That sucked him around just a tiny bit. The back end stepped out ever so slightly, and he had to check up, and the 42 just had momentum.
Yeah, he's sideways, and Larson's on the gas.
Now, wait a minute.
I mean, I understand Carl saying, hey, cut me a break. You know, he's saying, yeah, I got a little loose, and I need you to maybe check up a little bit, but... And he blocked him a little bit, too. He definitely ran a low line there.
Yeah.
Pow.
That is a... Look at that safer bear. Look at... Oh, my gosh.
That's
how the car
vicious hit.
Mean.
Imagine that. No matter how good a shape you're in, that would hurt.
It picks you up off the ground. You've had a hard hit. All right. I think I might, I thought Larson maybe had gotten into Carl and caused this, but I'm not so sure it didn't start, and Larson was just a part of it.
So much for our front bumper camera.
Back 42 for the back end.
Kind of hear those tires break loose on the Carl's car.
You know what else I saw there? The 41 about got in the wall and checked up, and I think possibly allowed the 42 to get by him.
And let's hear what Kyle Larson had to say.
Did you touch him or did you just lose it?
I touched the 19. I don't know if what happened outside of me. I don't know if they must have got into each other. He swerved down into my right front. I mean, I feel bad if that was my fault, but I don't think it was.
One outside. One outside.
That was close.
Great driving right there.
You're all good, right?
Busch in the 41 was way on the outside.
It looks to me like he gets wide, maybe gets a little loose and has to check up here.
Yeah, but Carl is way down below that.
I know it doesn't have anything to do with the 19, but what it does do is allows the 42 to actually get ahead of him by the time the caution comes out, which is going to put the 42 in second place and on the front row for this restart, I believe. They may have to go back and look at that.
Wow, look at that thing come off the ground.
According to scoring, Jeff, you're right. At the moment of caution, Kyle Larson was the second place car.
Let's see if we can see that 19 step out before he gets there.
See how the 41 checks up right there? He's trying to stay out of the wall. I mean, I agree with Carl. The 42 did not cut him a break.
Right.
That's for sure.
But you have to listen to Kyle Larson. He's driving the car, and he's not sure what happened. I mean, he's not sure if he caused that or not.
He said, I don't think I did.
Jamie.
Carl Edwards, okay after that big hit. Kyle Larson said on the radio he's not sure what happened, but if it was his fault, he feels bad. What did you see from the driver's side?
Well, that means a lot. It's I just want to be out there racing. It's such a fast car, and Stanley had $1 million on the line. I thought we were going to win this thing. I saw Kurt get loose or something. He stopped. I tried to give him a little room, and as I came down, Kyle just got me, I guess. Just can't thank Dover enough for the safer barriers. The safer barriers are big help. Yeah, that was, it happened pretty quick. I guess that's just racing. It's nice of Kyle to say something, but I still hope Matt wins this race.
Thanks, Carl.
That's his teammate Matt Kenseth, who has the lead. Jimmy Johnson using Kurt Busch as a pick.
Boy, Matt keeps getting higher and higher. Matt keeps getting higher and higher in 3 and 4. Larson keeps getting lower. Matt keeps getting higher.
Oh, he really gained on him. As soon as they get to lap traffic, it looks like the 20 really struggles.
Come on, Logano.
5 to go. I should say Casey Kane got past Kurt Busch for 4th place using Johnson as a pick. You know.
Look at this.
Oh, look at this.
A lot of that was Logano didn't move out of the way. He stayed out in the groove there and held Matt up a little bit.
Oh, look at this. He's going to move him.
And did.
Whoa, don't lose it.
It ain't over yet, boys.
Oh, my God, what a battle.
What drive off Kenseth has. It'll be 3 laps to go at the line.
Matt says, if you're gonna get this win for me, you're gonna have to wreck me.
And he about did there, 1 and 2. Don't count that out.
You're not gonna about wreck me. You're gonna have to wreck me if you want this win.
You gotta remember, Kyle Larson's going for his first win in the Cup Series. This would be huge for him in his career.
Gordon Bank, and they're each 2 car lengths apart.
Something special is gonna have to happen here off of turn 2 and through 3 and 4.
I think Matt Kenseth's got him enough breathing room. I don't think he can get there now. And Matt's doing a
Lap car out of the way. Larson on the bottom. Here he comes. Kenseth rides the high groove all the way to the checkered flag. Matt Kenseth wins at Dover.
Race. Awesome race.
Wasn't that great? On all cars. Taking home the checkered flag is today's Sunoco Fueling Victories. Matt Kenseth.
This is a veteran's way of doing it.
Yeah, right. No, I don't want to back this baby in the wall. I just pull it down here and burn some tires up.
Oh, he just grabbed another gear.
He pulled down right in front of his pit stall so his crew could join in the celebration. Kyle Larson, Chase Elliott, what a race.
It was great. Casey Kane.
Kurt Busch, the top 5, all of whom were looking for their first win of the season.
So much fun to watch that race. Watch Matt Kenseth, the veteran, hold off those young guns coming after him. They tried everything, sliding all over the place. Wild, awesome.
Kurt Busch bounced it off the wall trying to get up there. I mean, they were going for it.
Last week, we were singing the blues about Matt Kenseth. This week, he's headed for Sunoco Victory Lane.
Chase Elliott already walked by, congratulated Kyle Larson on a fun run to the finish. Could you have done anything different? It was like a dirt race. You're outside, down low, you're working it everywhere.
Yeah, I was trying to do all I could do to get by him without getting into him. You know, I probably could have bumped him a little bit there once, I think in the middle 1 and 2, and maybe got away from him. But
It was a lot of fun racing with Matt there. I was just trying to be patient. I knew I was better than he was. And then 24 got the third, and he was catching us pretty quick. And then I got side by side with the 20 for a couple laps, and he got to my inside, and we got to race really hard. Then the 20 got back away, and by the time I got the second, just a little bit too far in front of me. I got another shot there at him at the end, but came a little bit short. So probably just a little too patient there, but really, really proud of everybody on this team. The Target Chevy was not good to start the race. The first 2 runs I was really bad. Went a lap down, got the lucky dog, and got some track position. It was like I had a whole new car. It was weird, but it was a lot of fun. Got to lead some laps. You run up front and race people hard. So all in all, it was a good day. Would like to be in victory lane, but my day's coming.
Thanks, Kyle. Chris?
And let's head down there.
A season of heartbreak and frustration for Matt Kenseth, but today it's a monster-sized celebration as he wins for the 3rd time at Dover. 2 tires on the last pit stop, and then you had one heck of a battle on your hands with Kyle Larson. After everything you've been through this season, how good does it feel to be in victory lane today?
It feels good. We needed this one for sure. So, great race team, obviously great organization with Joe Gibbs Racing. Everybody at TRD and Toyota's done a great job with these engines and cars and the designs we have. So I always say I'm a lucky guy to be driving these things. So thanks to Dollar General, DeWalt, great sponsors, Toyota, TRD, Gatorade, Citizen, Wiley X, Cessna, and Interstate Batteries. We've got great partners over there. We can't do it without them. We were tight all night on restarts, and then 5 laps in that last run, we got so loose I thought Kyle was going to get right by me. So just buried the track bar and kept digging the best I could and tried to hold him off.
How did you hold him off? You said you went 6 inches difference on the track bar. It was so loose.
I just ran it down as far as it went. It was that's how much lower it was than it was all day, but it just went loose that run. I was obviously being aggressive to try to get off the corners, but I thought the first half of the race we were pretty good at. We lost the handle a little bit the second half. Obviously got fortunate, you know, some of the good cars got in accidents, but Kyle gave me all I wanted and then some.
Finally, Matt Kenseth in victory lane.